Leaders in India are trying to impose a similar style of fanatic diktat. Let's debate.
As the Taliban celebrated the takeover of Kabul airport with gunfire, in India there were some who want to emulate the Taliban model of governance. Jamaat-Ulema-e-Hind Chief Arshad Madani is opposing co-education for girls. He believes it is a way to keep girls away from immorality and misbehavior and wants non-Muslims to also refrain from co-education. There are many supporting this logic.
देखिए, जैसा कि आपने बतलाया कि सदर जमीयत-उल-उलमा हिंद मौलाना सैयद अरशद मदनी दामत बरकातुहुल आलिया ने कल एक बयान जारी किया दिल्ली के अंदर कि मौजूदा हालात के अंदर लड़की और लड़कों के इदारे अलग होने चाहिए। तो मैं सदर जमीयत-उल-उलमा हिंद के इस बयान की तायद करता हूं और अपनी तंजीम इत्तेहाद उलमा हिंद की जानिब से उनका समर्थन भी करता हूं।
This proposal, coming just 24 hours after Taliban imposed a similar ban in Afghanistan, has raised suspicion over the rise of the Taliban cheerleaders in India. Because just 3 days after rise of Taliban in Afghanistan, Secretary of AIMPLB had tweeted praises of Taliban, calling the takeover a decision made in heaven. He was forced to delete his tweet.
देखिए, चाहे अरशद मदनी हो और चाहे कोई भी तालिबानी मानसिकता के लोग हों, वह समझ लें भारत हिंदुस्तान है, ये कोई अफ़गानिस्तान नहीं है। चाहे वो बच्चे हों चाहे बच्चियां हों, सब एक साथ पढ़ते हुए देश को प्रगति के पथ पर आगे ले जा रहे हैं। यह सुझाव अफ़गानिस्तान में तालिबान वालों को दें, पाकिस्तान को दें, लेकिन भारत में इस प्रकार की बात भी ना करें।
But what's shocking is that the lobby that compared Hindutva to Taliban has been stunningly silent on the fanatic pro-Taliban hardline position. It's time to call out those endorsing Taliban-style diktats and those who choose to remain silent on real hardliners. Let's debate.
General Bakshi, Ratan Sharda, Sanju Verma, Kamru Chaudhary, Atikur Rahman and Shadab Chauhan is one of the, best known self-proclaimed spokespersons of the Taliban. He's National Secretary of the Peace Party. Shadab, are people like you doing it for publicity? Or are you actually a Taliban supporter, Taliban believer, Taliban associate member, Taliban unofficial spokesperson? Or are you doing it only to get some publicity?
Arnab, we are doing so in national interest. That's why I heartily thank government of India who accept our opinion and talk to Taliban today in Doha. Our Mittal Saab is representative who spoke to Talibani leaders about the relation of India and Afghanistan. And I think you have to stop this kind of word that you are saying terrorists and something. We are the President of United Nations Security Council and we didn't mention that Taliban is a terrorist organization.
No, 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. I must clarify here, Shadab. Don't get too excited. Don't get too excited, okay? Sanju Verma is here. She's the official spokesperson of BJP, like you are the unofficial spokesperson of Taliban. As far as I am aware, we have not endorsed or recognized the Taliban. Yes, there was a meeting. The meeting was on the instance of the Taliban, in which meeting we made it absolutely clear to the Taliban. 1 minute.
Taliban, what will you do?
Why are you getting excited?
Kabul? You will go to Kabul for interview of Mullah brother? You will go there and drink something and eat biryani in Kabul? Do you want that?
Arnav, what is this man saying?
You should ask him.
I just want to say now, Mr. Shadab, I heard you. Let me first categorically state that there is a difference between a bilateral dialogue and extracting a transactional commitment. When Deepak Mittal, the Indian envoy to Qatar, met up with the Talibani spokesperson, all he asked the Talibani spokesperson was A, that the Indian nationals who are still there, they are safe. B, the 140 Sikhs and Hindus who were denied the passage to India and were asked not to leave Afghanistan.
Now we are talking to those people who claim that they are terrorists. How we can say that? That's why we are saying from last 14 days, don't blame them, don't use any kind of vulgar language.
Do you hear that loud and clear? We are not going
Can
to
you say that India will never talk to
Shadab, now she listened to you, right? Shadab, she listened to you, right? Now listen to her.
Simply, can I please? I will repeat, Modi government will never negotiate with a terror militia. At the same time, the 140 Sikhs and Hindus who are still in Afghanistan, their safety is paramount to us. And we categorically told the Taliban spokesperson in Qatar today, Deepak Mittal from the Indian side categorically said that do not export terror from the Afghan soil to India, whether it is by way of the Jamaat-ud-Dawa, Jaish-e-Mohammed, ISIS, ISIS, Khorasan, Taliban, Tehreek-e-Taliban, what have you. And let me tell you one more thing. If you look at the Modi government's history, whether it is the Balakot strike of 2019, whether it is the surgical strike of 2016, whether it is the speech given to our Jawans at Jaisalmer last year during Diwali by Prime Minister Modi, or the speech given by Prime Minister Modi at the BRICS session in Goa in 2016. Terror and talks do not go together, and this is not a platitude for the Modi government.
I'm bringing into the debate Atikur Rahman and Ratan Sharda also, please. I'm bringing in Ratan Sharda and Atikur. Atikur, the Jamiat Ulema-e-Hind head Arshad Madni says that co-education has to be banned. Simple question to you is, why are these kind of statements suddenly coming out so often after the Taliban takeover of Kabul? Some kind of excitement among some people in India? Why are these comments being made? You want a Taliban-like situation here? You're getting excited about something or what? Tell me. Because the Taliban has announced a ban on co-education in Afghanistan. Wait a minute. Immediately after that, Jamiat-e-Ulema-e-Hind has put out a Taliban-type proposal. Why? Taliban called you and told you to do that, or you're doing it on your own?
Yeah. Arnab, I have a toolkit to expose these people in India who are supporting such
Can you answer my
misogynist,
question?
patriarchal mindset.
No, can you answer my question? I'll come to your toolkit later. I know you are part of the toolkit. You don't have to make it public. I know that. You are part of the Greta Thunberg toolkit. Can you answer my question? My question is that Taliban announced a ban on co-education. Why did the Jamiat-e-Islami-Hind come out with a similar proposal within 48 hours here in India? Why? Answer my question.
Their own daughters must be studying in US or any of the foreign universities.
Whose daughters?
Expose them.
Whose daughters?
Simple.
Whose daughters?
Let them be exposed.
There's nothing wrong.
No
What is there to be
Muslim,
exposed?
No Muslim will be
No, if
following
somebody...
such dictates.
No, I'm asking...
Their family daughters must be exposed.
No, why?
They
But why are these... Do you support these kind of proposals?
They must be doing it.
No, Ratan Sharda, he's not answering. I'm asking you. Okay, let me give you another example. When Taliban entered Kabul, All India Muslim Personal Law Board spokesperson Maulana Sajjad Nomani said, I congratulate you. This Hindi Muslim salutes you. What is this thing? Hindi Muslim? Why do you have to highlight this? Your religious identity, your Hindi Muslim identity?
I think
But Ratan Sharda ji,
Atikur Rahman is
without
embarrassed.
the guns getting silent, India too now is talking. Now if India is talking to Taliban,
No, India is not talking.
Why didn't India
Ratan Sharda.
talk to Pakistan
Can I come in
earlier?
now?
The guns are
India
not silent.
See, let us not mix up things. Atikur ji, let us not mix up things. One is a national government talking to a terror organization because it wants to rescue its members, minorities who were reduced
Are
from 7
the
lakh to
guns being
700.
silent now?
सर मैं आपसे बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं अपनी बात कर लूँ, मैंने आपको टोका नहीं, मैं बात कर लूँ. So there is one thing not to let us not mix up government job to save minorities in the neighboring countries. Secondly, I will tell why
you are talking
Arnab, it doesn't not allow me to speak.
to Taliban. Why you didn't talk to Pakistan?
I am telling you, sir, why are you shouting? Mr. Atikur, why are you shouting? Have I contradicted you? I have said you have no answer to why Taliban behaves the same as Jamaat-e-Islami behaves, right? It behaves the same way because roots are same. Taliban of Afghanistan is trained by the Deobandi clerics. So what Deobandi says is same what Taliban says. They are all part of the same hydra-headed monster, the roots of which live in Islamic jihadi thought, where you will not allow women to have freedom, where you will not allow women to have their education, where you will not allow minorities to breathe freely. They will expect secularism in India, but they will expect Islamist rule in Afghanistan, in every Islamic country. Mr. Atikur Rahman, this is not becoming of a so-called intellectual like you. Mr. Atikur Rahman, I kept silent while you were speaking. Don't behave like an extremist. Behave like an intellectual that you're supposed to be. I have not contradicted you. I am talking about Afghanistani Taliban. I am talking of the relation with Deobandis. I am talking of entire Muslim world celebrating Islamic rule in Afghanistan, but expecting secular rule in India. They want Islamic secularism to be there in every Islamic country, but in India they want to enjoy secularism. They want to enjoy freedom. They want to enjoy to convert. They want to enjoy every facility of democratic country, secular country, but at the same time...
No, 1 second. I want General Bakshi...
The highly Islamic jihadi government in Afghanistan, they will say bad Taliban, good Taliban.
Okay, so one is Kamru Chaudhary of the Congress. Kamru Chaudhary, one is the people, on one side are the people who are issuing these Taliban-style diktats. What they are getting excited about, whether they are getting excited about something else, I don't know what they are getting excited about. What about the pseudos? What about the lobby? What about these? What about Kamru Chaudhary? What about the people who say that Hinduism and Hindutva should be dismantled? What are those people doing? Why are they quiet now? Please tell me, when Taliban-style diktats are being issued every day here by a group of people, very excitedly unofficial spokespersons of the Taliban, why is the lobby quiet? What happened to them?
Arnab, this is the same lobby which always tries to draw false equivalence between radical Islamic terror and separate terror.
This is not fair.
Kamru Chaudhary, I don't know where I provoked anyone here today. Kamru.
Well, she had a time.
Kamru.
He has a time. Let me come in. I need to call out the hypocrisy of this Talibani RSS people out here in India.
What is Talibani RSS?
I need to call out the hypocrisy of this RSS backed.
Whether it is the
No, Jal Bakshi.
To that point, if you let me uninterrupted time out here.
No, 1 second.
You see, you need to have the hypocrites called out. Why I say that? When you say a particular person of a particular community has advocated a particular style of education in the schools, at that time we have got 65% schools in India which are single-sex institutions. Out of the 1100 schools in Delhi, around 150 schools are co-ed. The rest are all single-sex schools. So you need to call out. Secondly, why I call this RSS Talibani, the simple reason is that when Taliban is trying to impose its faith, its culture, its mediocrity on the people of Afghanistan, same way the Yogi Sarkar is trying to impose his
I don't know what you are going to,
Mathura.
I don't know what you're going to.
Impose something on the people of the country.
Jal Bakshi is on the debate. Jal Bakshi.
You have lost for
sir, can I please?
marriages.
My friend, can I please?
Jal Bakshi.
You can eat what
Limited time, Jal Bakshi.
Others on this debate.
What you cannot wear.
My friend, there are others on this debate. Arnab, what are we fighting against? We are fighting against an ideology and a mindset, a medieval, misogynist mindset, a mindset that advocates terror, a mindset that advocates killing of the minorities. And there are some people in Pakistan, some cohorts of people here who are calling it a liberation. Have you seen the faces of the Afghans? Have you seen people voting with their feet? Muslims of Afghanistan voting with their feet, clinging to the tires of C-17 aircraft and falling 10,000 feet, but trying to get out of that Islamist hellhole that Pakistan has created via the Taliban in Afghanistan. Have you heard the women cry out? Would you like that to happen to your daughter?
General Sahab,
My friend, you have to now wake up and smell the coffee. We are fighting an ideology. We are fighting a mindset. We are not fighting a set of people. We are fighting a mindset that what is said in Kabul on Monday is quoted, is verbatim repeated from a seminary in India on Tuesday.
Well, I'll only say at the end that the pseudos who pick up every single comment, made by any leader, no matter how big or small and ensured and equated to the entire community, where are they today? When the most blasphemous of comments are being made, where are they today? Ladies and gentlemen, reading out a couple of messages on your screen. Can I have it here, please? That's Manoj writing in from Munich. Thank you very much, Manoj. Thank you very much. Let me read out a couple of more before I finish. Please pass it on here. Thank you. Okay. Manoj from Munich, thank you very much. And Anushri from Patna says, wish to see you very soon in the Sunday debates. Now it's high time for the emergence of Republic Global to slam Western media. Yes, and that's not the only reason we launched though. See you tomorrow sharp at 9. Till then, good night and goodbye.